Welcome to Late Night Love. I'm Daphnique, and my co-host tonight is actress, comedienne, and social media sensation IMD Springs. Welcome to the show, Daphnique Springs.
What's up, Don? How you doing?
Listen, I'm excited to have you here.
Oh, we about to have a great night.
All right, we're here to discuss Black love in all its forms. For the next 2 hours, you'll hear from different Black voices on social media and live on our show. You can be a part of the show, too. All right, you can call us at 310-369-0400. We'll take your call on the air to talk about love and relationships. So just shout out to Daphnique, which is a very beautiful name.
Thank you.
All right. Was it hard trying to get your IG handle or your social media handle? Like, how did you come up with IMD Springs? It was just...
You know what? I saw one other celebrity with it, and I was just like, I am. You know what I mean?
Okay.
D Springs. Because my first name is so long, and
Yeah.
it's a name that you can misspell.
Yeah.
So I think to just shorten it to D and then my last name is pretty easy. It's a season with an S on the end.
All right. So this is a treat. How many followers do you have on social media right now?
Social media, we are pushing up on 10 million.
10 million, like, was
Total.
it 10 million total? You've got a large following on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. They love you. Facebook, is that where you started at?
Yes, that is where I started.
How was it seeing, like, your first viral video or people receptive to your comedy online?
It felt good. You know, it felt like now this might be a path for me. So, you know, a lot of people don't know that I didn't start off making sketches. I started off making rant videos.
Rent videos?
Rant.
I would rant. Video? Okay.
Yeah. So I would do, one of my viral videos was I'm done dating men with potential.
Oh.
Yeah, and that made it to radio stations all over the United States.
Why? Now, how much is true? I've always wanted to know.
Yeah.
How much is the persona of you that you share on the videos actually you?
I'll never tell you.
Oh.
You have to keep that. You have to guess.
All right. See, part of the reasons for those numbers are the sketch comedy videos you create with your ensemble cast, like this one. Let's check this one out.
Dice?
Okay, I see you, big money, purse, watch, bracelets. What's up? Yo, I'm trying to get like you. Big money? What's up? You know, I've been hurt before. I got trust issues. Where you going? I can learn to trust. Can you trust me?
Try with somebody else.
And my baby mom keep hitting me up for money. You know, men shouldn't have to pay for child support. Where you going? I thought we was trying to have a baby.
So I can pay for it by myself. Yep.
So we don't. I'm never gonna know unless I get the chance to know you. Get to know
No,
you.
but I'm
What's
giving
real.
you dating red flags in that video. Did you see that?
Yes.
Yeah. Whenever a man says, "Hey, big money," just know he's gonna take the little money that you do have, ladies.
Well, come on. Now. Well,
Yes.
you know what? I'll agree with that.
You agree?
I'll agree with that.
Yeah.
Anytime a man is sitting there pointing things out, because a man is never going to talk about money with you.
Yes.
He's always going to cover it, and that's really kind of an uncouth conversation right there. So dating is one of your big themes in your posts. Why is it such rich material for you? Like, why do you...
Because it's something that everybody can experience. I feel like dating and relationships is something that we all experience. You know what I mean? And we see that with shows like, you know, the true TV shows. We see the little people experiencing love. We see people with Down syndrome experiencing love. We get us experiencing love. It has no race, no sexuality. Everybody experiences relationships.
So who's the problem in relationships? Because we do talk about relationships here a lot. Is it men or women?
I would say men are the problem between the ages of birth.
Wow.
Birth, and I would say up until about maybe 45. Women that are 40 and up are delusional, so then they become the problem. It shifts.
It shifts.
Yeah, it's like an age range.
Okay,
thing.
so what happens between now birth and 45? What are men doing?
Men?
What are we doing that are crazy or?
Oh, y'all just living and existing. But a lot of times y'all are in that F-boy stage where you kind of want to play the field. You get some men that are married, but you know, they still out there cheating. So, yeah.
Did you not get the memo? Black men don't cheat?
Black men cheat.
No.
Yeah, they cheat all the time.
I don't know.
I got a couple of stories. I can give you a couple of names live right now on air.
Well, can we get?
Should we start?
Well, no, we don't have to give this.
Oh, okay. Not that detailed.
Well, I just want the story.
Okay.
You know. So what happens to women at 45?
45 and still single, delusional. They believe they can get a man that makes 6 figures when only 3% of black men makes it. I think 6% of black men make 6 figures.
Yeah. How's your relationship status?
My relationship status is single.
Oh.
Yeah, that felt like a little jab, John.
No, I'm just asking.
Felt like you just stabbed me a little bit and you twisted it. You turned, you said, "Aw."
We're getting to know you.
What's your relationship status?
Single.
Oh, okay.
Single. I've been divorced. I've been married.
Yeah.
You know, I've been in
You the
relationships.
problem.
Why I gotta be the problem?
Don, it sound like you the problem. I'm just saying what the people been saying since they've been watching you.
I'm taking time to love myself at this moment in time.
Oh Lord, I shook your hand.
Eat, pray, me.
Okay.
That's what I'm doing right now. So I mean, are you single by choice? Are you looking, or is it just like, you know, whatever happens, or?
I would say at this point, because now I'm pushing my late 30s. So at this point, if you just say hi, I go out with you.
Is it?
Yeah.
Do you want to be married?
Yeah, I think I could be married.
Is it difficult dating right now in your late 30s?
I would say it's difficult dating in Los Angeles.
It is.
Yes.
It is. At any
age.
Like what has been?
But if I was in the South right now, where I'm from, I have so many suitors. It'll be like coming to America. You know what I mean? I got somebody on the side, but I still want to go to America. You know, but then I got somebody hopping on one foot.
What's the dating scene like, and what have you found hard in connecting with guys, the suitors?
In Los Angeles.
In Los Angeles.
I would say Los Angeles, you know, everybody wants a black man here.
Okay.
So it's also now you have to fight so many other races. Like where I'm from, you get a little interracial dating, but most people just
kind of stick to their own.
Yeah, a little bit. So it's a little less competition, you know.
All right.
And then out here, it's just like you got to be in shape. You got to have all your teeth. You have to eat well. You got to be a vegan. You know. You gotta be on TV. It's just a lot of requirements.
What are your requirements? Like, is that the standard? Like, if a guy wants to come date you, that's the standard for you?
It just, to me, it depends on personality and whether or not you can vibe with that person. Because you can meet somebody that's very successful, but they have no personality, and you like, ugh, I don't want to hang out with this person every day. Or they could be like a stifler, like, you know, just like always, just like a downer, you know. Or then you can meet somebody that has everything going personality-wise, but you got to drop them off home because they don't have a car. It's like you got to find a happy medium there.
Yeah, I think that's, you know, character and personality, I think all plays well. Do you think there's a gender war in our community?
I do feel like it's a gender war. And it's because of social media.
It is.
Before social media, you know, people just lived and existed. But with social media, you get to hear everybody's opinion. And everybody is only talking about the negativity that's happening in their life. Nobody's giving positive stories on social media. They're just giving negative stories. So then the negative stories, and people will be like, well, since that happened negative to you, this happened negative to me. And then it's just a gender war.
Everybody's projecting.
Yeah.
You know, and do you think people will consume the happy stuff? Like, I think that they like the negative stuff because it kind of resonates with the bad vibes that they've gone through in their life. So they're like, oh, yeah, that would happen to me. But then the happy stuff, they're like, they don't want to.
Yeah, whenever I see happy couples online, I'm like, I hope y'all go on a cruise and the boat sank.
Daphnique,
and then it come out 2 years later that you know.
Nobody's that happy?
Nobody's that happy.
Yeah, I mean, everybody goes through their own stuff. Should dates be 50-50?
First dates?
Any date.
I say that if you're dating a man and you guys been together for a while, I don't think it's a problem for a woman to show appreciation and pay like every 50th date.
Every 50th date?
Yeah, after 50 days. Since you want to say 50-50 and just throw out 50-50, I say every 50th date, ladies, pop out and show. Take that man out. Take that king out somewhere. Take him nice. You know what I mean? Pull out his chair, open up his car door, pay the check, you know. Get away to your credit card. That's very interesting. Yeah, every 50th date now, ladies. Make sure you listen to the number 50.
Okay. Is there a limit on how much you're going to spend?
No, it's number 50.
It's number 50.
He already took care of 1 through 49. I got to splurge a little bit. Go ahead and get that steak. Now, you can't get tomahawk steak because that's about $300 a steak. So there is you can get ribeye.
There is a
ribeye.
There is a number on the date.
Yeah,
there is a number. So it's about what?
I spend $150, $200. But I'm not going to spend $600. That's just crazy.
Wow.
Yeah. One drink limit. You can drink when you get home. If so, I bring a little bottle of liquor in my purse and pour that in your cup.
What you bringing?
Little Casamigos.
Okay. All All right, we play clips here.
You look like you like a little Hennessy, so I got some of that too.
Okay.
White or dark, whatever you like.
All right. I was just checking. Well, 150. That was kind of light. A woman of your stature, I would think
What?
you are Daphnique.
What that mean?
It means that you are of a
Look
certain.
like you sound like you looking for a sugar mama, Don.
I'm not really trying to check your pockets, but you do have a Rolex on, some diamonds
Lord, let me
here.
put my hand up under the table. You clocking me out
You've
here
got
now.
10 million followers on social media. We've talked about how you fly
and
over the
they ain't all
country.
gave me $1 yet.
I know, but we fly all over the country to do comedy clubs. You pulled up in a Rolls Royce outside.
Oh, now you lie.
So, you know what I'm saying? So I
you know my future, though.
Yeah,
You be like 2 years, I'm pulling up in that Rolls Royce.
All right, so we play clips here on social media, and our first one is from poster. It's Carol Riley, and it adds up to her saying no way when it comes to 50-50.
Okay.
This is why we don't split. This MAC primer, $36. Flawless filter from Charlotte Tilbury, $49. This BK beauty brush, $34. Holding brow gel, $24. Eyebrow pencil, $26. Concealer, $32. Pat concealer, $34. Beauty blender, $20. Makeup Forever concealer bronzer, $30. It's Cosmetic two-sided brush, $50. Charlotte Tilbury contour bronzer, $42. Say blush, $25. Rare Beauty blush, $25. Setting powder, $38. Bronzer, $36. Chanel earrings, $500. Purse, around $350. Shoes, you get the gist. 50-50, first date, absolutely not. Bye.
I thought the bag was cute.
Yeah.
We added it up, $794 for the makeup. She's doing girl math, number one. As a man, I'm never going to ask you to pay for dinner. Okay. I was just raised like that. If I'm taking you out, that's just not something that's in me.
I like that. That's a good quality from you.
So when you said the 50 date, I thought, oh, it's beautiful. I thought that. A little cheap, though. But I appreciate you going to put the cognac in your purse.
Talk to me.
Come on now. Listen, teamwork make the dream work, baby.
Talk, okay.
But she says no. Why is it that I got to pay for half of her makeup or
It's not that you have to pay for half of her makeup. What she's saying is that if she goes on a date with you, she's already invested a large amount of money just to show up and look good. Because men like arm candy. So if I'm already investing money to show up on this date, the least you can do as a man is pay for the date. Because another thing that she didn't also mention is that women also use they use certain type of gels in the shower. Right? We use sponges.
Because we like y'all smelling good.
Yeah, we use different type of face washes. She didn't mention toothbrush, toothpaste. Like me and y'all just go to the dollar store and get a toothbrush and keep it for 3 years. All the bristles going off of it. And then y'all just use a bar of soap. And half of the time y'all use a rag. Sometimes you don't. Use that whole bar of soap on you. It still got pubic hair on it. You sit it up there. And then you spray maybe a $200 cologne on you. So really, if we do the math... If we do the math, you know what I mean?
$25?
Yeah. Right now, just look at me and you right now. This right here, Don, this is about $25. This right here about $2,500. The least you can do is pay.
I'm gonna give you, you're right.
The least you can do is pay,
You are
Don.
absolutely right.
Okay? And if I give you a little, that coochie, that shit...
Do I owe you some money on the way out, or?
You don't owe me $40, but you at least can let me get whatever I want on the menu. Any side, back, front.
I'm gonna get you.
Dessert.
I'm gonna get you whatever you need. Okay. All right. I'm with it. There's a lot that goes into, and I think as we explore these relationships with with women. I don't think a lot of men really understand that there is a cost of getting ready for you.
Yeah.
Is that normal, though, $794 for the makeup products?
Yes, but what she's saying is she didn't spend that for today.
No.
That's over time.
But that's upkeep.
And that's repeated use. She's going to use that makeup whether she go on an audition, whether she go to work, whether she go on a girls trip with just all females, whether she go to the club, or whether she go to this date. But the point is, she's already invested money. The at least a man could do is when I show up is pay for the check. 50-50 on the check.
Should I bring a goodie bag full of makeup?
That would be nice. Okay. That'll get you brownie points.
Okay, all right. Listen.
That might get you a little something in the car.
All
you
right.
feel me?
All right, that's what I'm talking about. In the car. Okay, now. All right. Up next, Daphnique's co-star on social media, Dice the Barber, live with more relationship takes as Late Night Love continues.
I wonder if you know that I want the best for you. But how long will you fight solo? I wonder if you know that we can get help. Not wondering anymore. Love, your mind.
I was a quarterback at Hardaway High School. College first round draft pick. During the football season, I would stop eating. But I didn't know I was depressed. We didn't have any education behind what mental health was. I started to learn it starts here first. If this is together, I'll be better as a father and as a husband. We have to redefine what being a strong man is and heal, love your mind.
Ready to lose track of time the best way possible? From the funniest videos to the wildest things online, we do the scrolling so you don't have to.
It's Usher. He had that synthetic hair melting. You hear me? Why y'all talking about that lady hair like that? Ain't he alone?
Catch us every weeknight, 7 p.m. Central on Fox Soul.
Louder for the people in the back.
As we work to get through these times together, you may not be thinking about blood donation, but blood is needed to save the lives of people who are sick with a range of illnesses. It's easy and safe to give. If you are in good health, please donate. We need heroes now. Visit redcrossblood.org to schedule an appointment.
Welcome back to Late Night Love. I'm Don Amici with Daphnique Springs. Our phone number here is as we roll through relationships and talk about love. 310-369-0400. We invite you into the show. We can get your comments on our chat. Just go to our Fox Soul Late Night Love YouTube page, and we'll get your comments throughout the show. We've been talking with comedian and my coach tonight, Daphnique Springs, known as I Am D Springs on social media, and you can find her in our ensemble of players on TikTok doing sketches like this.
Daphnique, what the hell you doing here?
Hey, Dice.
Don't hate Dice, man. You're supposed to be in the psych ward.
Psych ward? I signed myself out.
How the hell you sign yourself out? You're supposed to be in there for 20 years.
Listen, sugar.
You crazy as hell, yo. You ain't supposed to be here right now. How the hell you even get in here?
Don't call me crazy. Call me babe.
I'm not calling you, babe. What I'm about to do is call a goddamn judge. I'm about to record your ass.
Hey, Judge Atkins. It's me, your girl Daphnique, and I'm just here chilling with my boo, Dice. We're back together again. I love him and he loves me.
No, we are not back together. We are not back together.
Babe.
What?
Oh, so you still answer the babe?
You need your goddamn meds, and you need to get up out of my house.
I will never leave. Stop playing with me. Put the camera down now.
And let's watch TV, babe. Come on. Come on.
You got the remote?
Let's watch Love After Lockup. the psych ward edition. Laugh.
Joining us live now from Los Angeles, one of Daphnique's co-stars, Dice the Barber. Welcome to the show, Dice.
Hey, what's going on, Don? How y'all feeling?
Absolutely good, man. Thank you for joining us. How did you guys get to work together to do comedy?
So I've known Daphnique, what? How long we know each other? What, about 12, 13 years, something like that?
Yeah, a long time.
Yeah, so we was doing like me and my boys, I was working in the barbershop and we started doing a bunch of barbershop sketches. Like we was like the first ones to start doing barbershop sketches. And Daphnique, she came through, you know, she was doing her comedy and she was like, hey, I want to come and do some barbershop sketches.
No, you guys asked me.
Oh, yeah. Right, yeah.
Don't
So
make it seem like I asked you. Okay.
Look, cut it out.
Continue.
Anyway, you know, so we was like, yo, why don't you come through, shoot some videos with us? You know, we already knew that she was funny. So she came through, we did some videos and they just went like crazy viral from like shooting barbershop videos.
So you're a real barber here in LA?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Where's the barbershop? Or are you still barbering?
Yeah. So I'm in Northridge.
Okay.
So yeah, like
shout out the shop.
Yeah, no doubt. It's the Tonsorial. I'm in a private suite.
Oh, okay.
Now. I own the shop. We used to shoot a bunch of sketches over there, and then I went back private because I got busy with my acting and you know, like kind of like cutting on set and stuff like that. So yeah, so we met back then and we just kind of clicked and just continued to shoot videos, and a lot of our videos just been taking off. So
yeah, what's it like when you guys shoot a video and then you see it just kind of, you put it online and then it just starts capturing traction and it starts going off?
It's really great. It's really great because I feel like social media now is a real media. It's a real form of media, and people are really deep diving into it and watching it and consuming it and becoming true fans and following what we're creating, different storylines, you know what I mean, just constantly. You see us as this online couple and then you want to see what we get into next. So that's the exciting part about it, and to see it go viral. I've been going viral. This is new to Dice, but since I've been coming around him. But other than that, I'm very used to it, you know.
Listen, yo, I'm gonna tell you like this. She's definitely going to take the whole credit for everything. But
nah, I just tease it.
Yeah, I know, but you know, like her lane was one thing and my lane was another, and then we just kind of came together, and just put it together, and you know, it's just been, you know, it's like magic. Like you know, we get there, we'll come up, we have our ideas, we go over our concepts, and we just flow with it. You know,
and we started off with Michael Myers. He was Michael Myers, and I was Michael Myers' girlfriend.
Oh wow!
And then we just was like, yeah, we haven't really used Michael Myers in a while.
Yeah, I think around, you know, when it start coming back around, you know,
Halloween,
we'll do it. I incorporated my son in there. He was like the little Michael Myers killer, you know. So like we had like a whole crazy thing going on with that Michael Myers thing. It's a big market for like horror stuff, and you know, we took advantage of it.
We're talking with Dice the Barber and IMD Springs. You know, do you guys influence other people? Like, do you see people mimicking what you guys do on social media, or at least trying to recreate what you guys do?
Yes, we see people recreate what we do all the time. And
is it flattery?
It's the new wave. It's the new wave.
Yeah.
Because we've been inspired by other people's content as well. So I'm never going to be like, we're the only originals. No, we're inspired by other people's concepts, and we created and make it our own. So what social media calls those nowadays, if you do something, if somebody bites off our style or we bite off their style, it's not considered stealing, it's considered trends. So people just jump on a trend. So then one person to see us do something, then multiple people will do it as well. And then it's just a trend. And sometimes you don't know that we may be the original originators of it or whatsoever. But, you know, you just charge it to the game. But people are going to tune in every week to see what Daphnique and Dice is doing. It doesn't matter if somebody else does it or whatever.
No, you got your loyal fan base. So Dice, are you single? You play the clueless guy a lot in a relationship in the sketches.
Now I'm actually engaged right now.
Oh, congratulations, man.
Yeah, appreciate it. Yeah.
Yes.
So like that's a whole another thing, So like we give that facade that we're a couple. So a lot of people think like they'll leave in the comments like, oh my God, like if they see us shooting with somebody else, like, oh, Daphne gonna kill her and this, that, this,
Oh,
that.
yeah,
So
yeah.
people really think that, we're like a couple, but we just good friends and we work good together. Like we're great business partners.
Yeah.
And
Great
you know,
business partners. And whenever people come up to me and be like, is Dice your real boyfriend? I'll be like, now you don't know. You know I can do better.
Wow.
okay. But you want to know what? I'm the type of man that pays. I pay for our dates, But me and my fiance, we've been together for
A long time.
about 7 years. So now we're at the point to where I'll pay for the dinner, but I'm like, you want to pay for the tip?
Come on now, listen. Teamwork make the dream work. Listen, I asked Daphnique earlier who was the problem in relationships. She said men from birth to 45 and women from 45 on. What say you?
I would probably say until about 35, until somebody figure out what they want. Like for me personally, I knew that I wasn't going to be in a position to where I wanted to get married until I was after 40 because I wanted to make sure I got everything out of my system before I decided that I wanted to make sure that this was the person I wanted to be with because I only want to do this once. You know what I'm saying?
When you
So
say get out of your system, what does that mean?
Sleep around.
yeah, everything like going to
Now it makes sense of why girls be popping up on our sets. Nah, I'm just saying.
like just as many shorties that I wanted to be with before I was 40, before I decided to settle down. Like if I wanted to, be in like a polygamous relationship, or if I wanted to, go to swingers clubs or something.
Were you successful at it though?
You say what?
Were you successful at what do they call
Swingers?
it? So your
Swinger?
royal oaks.
Just getting everything up. I was very successful.
Were you able to get anything out of your system, or were girls like, nah, I'm good?
Yes, listen, I grew up as one of those dudes that shorties wanted to be around. So don't get it twisted, Daphnique.
Well, let me ask you: did it become a lot of time, energy consuming? I guess playing the field, or you just
well, it wasn't like I was out looking for it. You know what I mean? If it happened, it just so happened to happen. Like I probably only had about I don't know, probably like 5 or 6 like serious relationships
That's a
in my
lot.
life. You know what I'm saying? But like they was all like long relationships. I wasn't the type of person to be with somebody for 3 months and just keep it
Yeah.
pushing. You know what I'm saying? So, I did some things in the meantime, but when it was time for me to settle down and be with the woman that I'm with now, I was like, all right, everything's done and this is the one who makes me feel good, makes me smile, takes care of me when I come back home. She loved my kids, you know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
like
What separates her from all the rest of the relationships? Like, why did what made her just outlast the like? I want to stop, or was it just more about you're serious about wanting to settle down?
Well, she's just a genuine person, genuine person. She got nothing but love. She loves everybody. Whenever you see her, what I mean, she always lights up the room. I mean, her smile is amazing and everything else like that. You know what I'm saying? So like, I pursued her. I used to cut her son's hair, and what's funny is she used to come into the shop, and every time I would ask her to go out, she was always with somebody. But it was one time when she came in. And I was like, yo, you still seeing somebody? And she was like, and she knew that I was going to ask her. But when she came in and I asked her, she was like, no, I'm not. I'm like, well, look, you want to take a hike? So we took a hike. By the time we came back from that hike, we was together.
Wow. I guess it
That's
was kind
quick. You knew what you wanted, huh?
I knew exactly what I wanted, and I knew the type of person that I wanted to be with.
She got a lot of ass on her. I say that.
Well, you still charging her for the haircuts for a kid?
For kids? Yeah. Well, no. He get free haircuts.
Okay, all right. Listen, was
You already know how that go. You already know how that go.
Yeah. Were you always the funny one growing up?
I would say so. The way I grew up, I'm from Jersey, so I was just grew up in like the city area. But I always wanted to make the life of the party. Always wanted to make everybody smile because there was so much other serious stuff going on. And just like me and my boys, I only kicked it with like my boys who I played sports with, and we had our own little thing. And of course, what I mean, I was funny. Nobody knew that I would be doing anything like this when I moved to California. I didn't even think I was going to be doing anything like this, and it just so happened to happen. Like Tony Rock came into the barbershop and was like, "Hey, they got this new social media thing going on called Vine. Y'all should do like a funny barbershop video." I was like, "What? What the hell is Vine?"
Well, let me ask you a question. Were you always, was the barbershop always this place of like, were you guys always clowning around in the barbershop?
Oh yeah, always, because in that barbershop it was probably like 4 active comedians. And like Mike Epps used to come in there, Faison Love used to come in there, Tony Rock was up in there, Michael Blackson was up in, like it was always funny. Robert Townsend was up in there, like it was always funny. So I just so happened to fall into this. I got lucky to fall into this barbershop in North Hollywood, called In the Cut, and it was like the spot where everybody went to, and you know we just kind of blew up from there.
So you basically just, because I've always found like if you want a good laugh and you want some good conversation, it's always going to happen. Every barbershop I've always been at, you either going to have a good conversation or you're going to be clowning around in there, you know.
And what's crazy is, you know, when social media started, nobody thought to do like barbershop video, but there's a million videos you can do in a barbershop because there's so much stuff that happens. Like you go get your hair cut, you see everything that happened. Like I think one of our first videos was like a girl walking, we was all loud, a girl was walking into the shop, and then we got real quiet. She actually used the bathroom, walked back out, and then when she left, we all just went crazy, like, "Oh, yo, did you see her? Yo." You know what I mean? It just went crazy, and that video was like, it went viral, and we was like, yo, we got to keep doing this. And
Yeah. Here's one more sample of some of the great work you and Daphnique do online.
Hey, Dice. Sorry, babe, I'm late.
Girl, you always late.
Excuse you? Who is this?
Your replacement. You an hour late today.
So what you trying to say?
It's over. Get up.
Bye.
That is hilarious. You know what?
Yeah, because we all dated somebody where they were always late.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you like this. Working with Daphnique is definitely it's a plus to my career. Like I don't have 10 million total followers or whatever, but I got about 1 million. And it definitely went up when we really started clicking. Like we click and we make videos nonstop. Like we got enough videos to drop every day for the next month if we wanted to.
Wow.
And like working together, you know, we go back and forth and you know, because she's an alpha, I'm an alpha, but we both come together and we make everything happen, and it comes out magical. And she definitely helped me get to a higher standard on the social media platform than what I was. And you know, I just think great minds work alike, and we bring it together, like, and we make it happen. And if you want to see a funny video, you definitely gonna go to our page and you're gonna get something new every day.
Yeah, I mean that's the universe working right there when like minds come together and everything.
I would say great mind. One great mind got everybody else in line.
That
would be me.
One great mind got everybody else in line. I love it.
You know what? Men love to call you an alpha female when you know how to run something.
Well,
Did you hear that?
I heard that, but
that's very derogatory.
Oh, I didn't know.
I'm as a woman, I never want to be an alpha female. Women cannot be alpha females.
Okay,
but he said that because I know how to direct a scene. Sometimes you may come in with an idea, and I'll veto that idea and tell you, no, we're gonna do it this way, and then we go viral. But because of that, I'm considered alpha. You see how they? You see how he threw a little slide shot at me?
I was gonna say something.
He might have said. He might as well said my name was Big Dom, Dominique. You know.
Well, Dice, I was going to say something about that, but I was like, well, you know, maybe that's the energy
I
and the
never want to
space
be
you want to.
alpha. I just know what I know. I studied social media. I always treated this business as if it was college. And I studied, I watched videos, I did YouTube Academy, I learned how every button on social media worked, and I've taught so many creators how to make a lot of money and be successful. And that's one thing I've never been afraid to do was teach you guys how to fish. I've been the Harriet Tubman of the social media game for a minute, especially with helping Black creators. And that's being 100%. He can attest to that, and so many other people can attest to that. I've shown people I've never hid anything that I knew, but the things that I know on set, I'm going to direct the scene that way. And then sometimes it's just, I notice when you work with men, they're just like, oh, anytime you're standing in your position and just be like, hey, this is what we're going to do, it's, oh, you're an alpha. And I'm not.
You just know what you, well, I think I think there probably needs to have a conversation.
But he didn't mean anything derogatory about it. I think that's just the way men just see women sometimes, because the world is ever changing and women are becoming CEOs and women are doing all of these things that title-wise could be equivalent to men. So I think the adjustment of modern, because back in my grandmother's day, women weren't called alphas. You know, they might have been called skeezers, but they weren't called alpha. You know what I mean? But nowadays people use that terminology, and I feel like as a woman, and I'm a heterosexual woman, and I want to be known as a feminine woman, that to call me alpha is derogatory.
I want to talk to you more about that. Dice, we're going to let you go.
I didn't mean to say it in a derogatory.
Yeah, he wanted to clean it up, because I'll see you next week.
Where can they follow you online? I want to thank you for joining us. Where can they follow you online?
Yeah, just at Dice the Barber all over on every social media network.
I appreciate you. Keep making the great videos, and thank you for joining the show. I appreciate you, man.
Oh, no problem. Thanks for having me.
Bye, Dice.
All right. When we come forward, I want to talk to you more about the alpha. Okay. More takes from the angry man after his controversial appearance on the show last Friday, as Late Night Love continues.
I was a quarterback at Hardaway High School. College first round draft pick. During the football season, I would stop eating. But I didn't know I was depressed. We didn't have any education behind what mental health was. I started to learn it starts here first. If this is together, I'll be better as a father and as a husband. We have to redefine what being a strong man is and heal, love your mind.
As we work to get through these times together, you may not be thinking about blood donation, but blood is needed to save the lives of people who are sick with a range of illnesses. It's easy and safe to give. If you are in good health, please donate. We need heroes now. Visit redcrossblood.org to schedule an appointment.
What do you think you're doing, Kevin?
Was just gonna drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
Like hearing voices?
Like your text-to-emoji ratio?
Oh man, the selfies.
Selfie, nailed it. We all have warning signs that let us know that we're probably not okay to drive. Mine is pretending to be your subconscious.
Craig, come on man, let's put a ride home.
I wonder if you know that I want the best for you. But how long will you fight solo? I wonder if you know that we can get help. Not wondering anymore. Love your mind.
Welcome back to Late Night Love. I'm Daphnique with comedian, social media influencer, world star Daphnique Springs, IND Springs online. We were talking about being an alpha. Dice the Barber called you an alpha. And you say you get a lot of pushback from guys. And you don't want to be known as an alpha. But when you're on set, because you've been doing social media for so long, you know what works on how to direct a set, how to position everything. And sometimes dealing with men, which I think a lot of women are going to get pushback from as they enter the workplace, become the boss, and you may be, I don't know, is it stern in your
you
vocabulary?
have to, because sometimes if you're not stern in your vocabulary, and this has nothing to do with just singular with me and Dice, it's just me being around other men sometimes. When you're not docile, they feel like they won't hear you. So sometimes you have to be firm in the way that you speak so that you're heard, or else it's just like, I know better. You know what I mean? It's some people that I've stopped shooting with because it's just like they kept challenging me. And I'm like, yo, I've been doing social media longer than you. I know what works, what doesn't work. You know, I really studied the craft of this. You know what I mean? I really put a lot of years in and learned a lot formatting wise. And I think we shoot a good quality. But you know what? A therapist explained it to me recently because a friend of mine, he said something to me. And he did something. He tried to. We were booked for something, and he tried to cancel somebody that I had booked because he had double booked somebody else. And I said, hey, you doing this last minute the day of? I said, I don't handle business like that. I said, moving forward, this is your project, but moving forward, I will no longer recommend any of my people because I don't think it's cool for you to just cancel on them the same day. And the way he heard me was, yo, why are you talking like this? Da-da-da-da-da. I don't do business like that. And it's like, no, I didn't talk to you like that. I talked to you very professional. And a therapist explained it is that sometimes just you saying something and being firm in what you're saying is like they may hear the reaction of how their mother spoke to them or how their child's mother spoke to them or other women spoke to them. And just the fact that you didn't agree with them, they automatically see this bigger picture of you in a way. Yeah, and it comes back to them. They're not receiving it how you're actually saying it. They're receiving it in a negative way.
This may be why people have intermediaries, but then again, so that it doesn't come back and fall back upon you. But then again, why are you triggering somebody else? That's an issue for them.
But you don't know that those are their triggers, you know?
You don't.
Am I not supposed to say, hey, that's not professional?
No, I think you're supposed to stand up and say what you're supposed to say because this is how I conduct business. But I think this is all a part of growth for everybody involved, for you too, at the same time.
But the way the person repeated the story back, it was like I was just so hood and so ghetto and so loud.
It's 3 times as worse.
And they threw in a couple of N-words, and I was like, I didn't say that. I don't speak like that. I've never. You know what I mean?
It's funny how when somebody's perception is
their
weird.
Perception, the way he repeated the story back, it was a couple of N-words, a lot of curse words, and yelling. And I was like, I didn't say that. I literally verbatim said this, and I said it in a very calm voice, but that's not how you received it.
It's weird how you like did I?
No, I know I ain't crazy. I heard what I heard.
No, but people will start making you rethink yourself, and you're like, oh my God! But it's just it's a thing. I don't know how we can move past that. It's something that people are going to have to start dealing with more and more as women take charge and step into place. And I think when you're working with a woman, that if you are the director, this is what you do. Submission into your direction is what needs to take place. Whether you believe or not in whatever, if you're there and I know that this is what you do, I want all the direction from you. Mm-hmm. All right. And if you want my input or I say, or can I give you notes or here's what I'm thinking, if that's the space we're in, I would love to give you some notes, but I'm here to do what you say because this is what you do. That's what I would think people would come into your space.
Yeah. And then sometimes I'll give the cameraman a direction and they'll try to redirect him. It's like, and I'll stand up and be like, don't do that. I've already given him direction. You can't come in because now you're taking my sketch, my ideal into a different direction.
Was that hard? Has that been a hard thing to do as we go through life, standing up for yourself?
No, because I was raised in a household where I was allowed to stand up for myself, even against my own parents. You know what I mean? Yeah, so my parents never used negative reinforcement, so they didn't hit me. So if I was able to actually negotiate and debate if I had an issue or a problem or what, I was never restricted. Because I see some households, like some of my cousins, it's like, I'm the adult, what I say go. And it's like that, you might be dead wrong, but it doesn't matter, you're the adult. So then people sometimes they grow up in a habit of not being able to verbally express themselves in relationships and workplaces, all types of aspects. But see, I was allowed to express myself. So sometimes it's just a different environment of how you grew up.
Your parents gave you an opportunity to present your case?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Now, it doesn't mean your case is going to win all the time?
No. Sometimes my mama, and I remember my dad's favorite word, is possible but highly unlikely.
All right. But at least you got the opportunity to express yourself.
I'm going to ask you again. Yeah.
I love it.
Until you say yeah.
All right, well, good. Last Friday night, we had Angry Man on the talk about the Diddy trial. Have you heard of Angry Man?
Oh, no.
Angry Man, he has a big following on social media. He's always reacting. He's a kind of a safe space for men. He always does a lot of reacting for to women on his channel. There was a lot of blowback in our comments when our co-host and guest pushed back on his takes. A word to his legion of followers: he can handle himself just fine in the situation. Here's his take on whether or not women actually like the so-called simps.
Because see, they're not going to come out and say this to you, but they do not like the biggest problem that simps have is they don't know how to really read the room, right? So a simp listens to what the women say. So the women say, "Oh, well, I want a dude that's sensitive and you know this, that, and the third," and they'll literally describe some docile doormat that they can run over top of, right? But if you actually try to be that to appease women, they're gonna hate your guts.
I think he has a point there. Women do not want a man that they can run over.
Yeah, I would say women don't want that.
Women.
But men like him also, as the angry man, comes off very emotionally unavailable and angry, and we don't want that either. So where's the happy medium? I always tell people, I don't want an alpha male. I don't want a beta male. I want an omega male.
Omega.
So omega is in between.
Okay.
Yeah, somebody that can be sensitive, sweet, kind-hearted, and nice. Because if you look at all the traits of an alpha male, it's very negative.
It's very. I guess.
If you actually look up the definition and the traits of it,
Yeah.
it's not really. If you look at the traits individually, it's nothing positive about it.
And the beta male's too docile.
Beta male is too docile. Yeah, you don't want anybody because women also want to feel protected.
So it sounds like you want somebody who has some nuance
Yeah.
to life.
A Renaissance man.
A
You know
Renaissance
what I mean?
man.
A Don.
A Don.
Yeah.
Okay, a Renaissance
Don,
man.
you look like you'll snatch me up a little bit, but you also look like you'll walk around the car and open the door for me.
I'll do all of that.
Yeah.
I'll do all of that. And sometimes I'll walk
But
away
if
from
I'm
you.
out in public being too crazy or something, getting into it with a cashier over here at the bank because my account is overdrawn, you look like you'll walk outside, and then when I get outside, you be like, "Hey, next time, don't do that when you're around me. Don't bring attention to just you gonna put your foot down." See, a simp will be like, "Yeah, it's her fault, but take it back," and we don't want that either. We want somebody to hold us accountable.
I've learned, and I don't know everything. I've learned a little bit about how to understand women.
Oh, you do?
Just a little bit. And I'm still learning. I learned that sometimes you just need to listen.
Yeah.
Sometimes you got to put your foot down, and sometimes you just got to walk away.
But see, a simp is gonna be one way, and then alpha male is it's one way. It's no other way. It's just their way.
Yeah, I mean,
you see, you're a man who have learned to be like, today I may have to pivot.
Yeah, I think sometimes men we go through phases. I mean, sometimes men they try to stay in this alpha phase, or what they think is the alpha phase, but they don't really know what that is. Sometimes men are in the I just want to be the chivalry guy and please phase, and then like you give women all they want, and they're like, this is not a challenge for me. Because no woman wants a man that just says yes to everything. They want somebody to like this that they can't walk over.
It's always crazy to me, men who call themselves alpha, but they didn't grow up in a household with a father.
Traditionally, an alpha male is seen as someone with strong leadership qualities who's confident, assertive, and often takes charge. They're often described as ambitious, independent, and competitive. That's what they're telling me that the definition is. Is that wrong or no? Or are we looking at the wrong definition?
Look up traits of alpha male.
Look up traits of an alpha male, and we'll see what that says. And maybe that's a little bit different. But what were you saying about growing up without a father?
I said sometimes men, I noticed that men, it's always kind of, when men are like, I'm an alpha male, but they didn't grow up in a household with a father, because I noticed that their skills of problem solving is that from watching a woman.
Ooh.
So then they become very argumentative and combative with women, thinking because they use certain words like shut up and stuff like that they're really alpha, and it's not, because people like my grandfather who was married and stuff like that, they don't go back and forth with women at all. Whatever they say is that's what I said, and their presence commands respect. Right. And the woman gonna say a couple of more words, but she gonna walk in the kitchen and get to cooking or doing whatever. That's how men were back in the day. Nowadays, you'll get men go toe to toe back. You be like, damn, we've been arguing for 45 minutes, and
yeah, I'm not about
you
to argue.
done threatened to snatch my brains out. This is not masculine.
No, I'm gonna snatch your brains out.
Yeah, I had somebody tell me they was gonna snatch my brains out. I was like, this is not alpha.
The nerve.
And they were like, I'm an alpha by snatching my brains out? Sir?
Where you find this guy?
That sounds like a pride parade.
What are some of the challenges that you face dating men out here? Are they all like this, emotionally immature, or the dating scene period? I should say.
I don't ever want to say everything is all one way.
Yeah.
But I just think that sometimes it's just you may attract those type of people as well. You know.
Yeah, it's just hard out here.
Yeah.
Poster Zelgin Jackson explains how to juggle 2 women at the same party.
The second day we were hanging out, my boy calls me. He's like, Z, I'm throwing a little kickback tonight. You gotta come through. I'm like, ooh, is it cool if I bring a friend? He's like, yeah, that's fine. So I'm like, bet, that's moves tonight. A couple hours later, her and I get ready. We pull up to the function. You know, I'm introducing her. I'm making introductions. Everything's going smoothly. That's when my boy pulls me to the side. He's like, Z, your girl is here. I'm like, my girl? He's like, your girl. I have a hometown link, and we're not even serious, but she don't play about me. So the guys call her my girl. Anyways, I'm like, where is she? He's like, I don't know, somewhere around here. I played this so perfectly. I went up to the girl that came with me to the party. I said, I'm about to go get us some drinks. You straight? She's like, yeah, I'm fine. Boom, I duck off. I'm looking for my hometown link because I need to keep these women separated, right? I find her ass in the kitchen and I act fake surprised. I'm like, whoa, what are you doing here? She's like, my girlfriend brought me. What are you doing here? I'm like, what? I'm not allowed to be outside? She's like, well, you've been ducking my text all week. Like, you've been acting funny, which was true because I knew I had the girl flying in to come see me. So out of respect for her, I kind of was ignoring my hometown link. But that was the perfect opening for what I needed. I'm like, don't start with me tonight. I don't feel like doing this. And of course she bit the bait. She's like, doing what? You're so dramatic. Boom, that starts the argument right there. We're going at it for a couple minutes. I end up being like, you know what? Do you tonight. I'm gonna do me. Like, I don't need this. I walked out, I went and grabbed a drink for me and the girl that flew in, and I'm all over her for the rest of the night. Which is perfectly fine because me and my hometown link are now on bad terms after the argument I started on purpose. And what's crazy is the next day, I'm still chilling with the girl that flew in, and I get a text from my hometown link. She's like, I apologize for what happened last night. I was a little lit. I just want us to be able to talk more. And I literally didn't respond. Like, I thumbs up the message. I was being a little bit of a... But it's crazy how I perfectly executed that play.
I'm not a fan of that. But when it works, it feels good. You know, it's a little manipulation that's going on in a plan. I don't like playing with people's feelings.
Yeah.
You know, and it's not fun to sit there.
He had the 2 right women in the right situation.
Yeah.
Because if that was me, I was the hometown girl, I would have went up to old girl and introduced myself. We would have got to the nitty gritty.
Well, hey, you
to
heard,
the bottom of things.
You know,
yeah. So,
this is my man.
How long have y'all been talking?
Well,
because look, he just texted me last week. Oh yeah, I'm messy.
You like the mess?
Ooh, a little bit. Don't y'all want a new sketch?
No, well, not that bad.
Sometimes you got to find real life situations and do reenactments.
How much of the sketches, and I may not get an answer on this.
I told you I can't give you an answer,
is
Don.
rooted in your life?
Don.
Okay. I don't know. This is interesting. This is very interesting because I'm like, I can't deal with the messy. Let's do one thing that's just too much. Just too much. I mean, I don't know. What would you tell a woman who is in a situation like that has a hometown girl? Is that a healthy relationship to be in? Like, if you're the side chick, or if you're like, is that a healthy spot to be in?
No.
No?
No.
No?
No. I think that really, if she was just a hometown girl, they didn't really have anything fully established. You know, you got to ask questions, ladies. You got to ask questions.
All right.
And sometimes women don't ask questions.
No. All right. Listen, 310-369-0400. That is our phone number. We got more Late Night Love coming up next. Listen, up next, an update on a young woman who decided to date an older rich guy. We played her first video last week. We're going to get an update as Late Night Love comes forward.
I know you're going through a lot. I wonder if you know that we can get help. Let's see how far we can go. Love, your mind.
Hey, besties!
What is a bestie?
I like you.
She's fun.
It's about to be a good time.
She's always looking out for you.
Since you're my bestie, I will handle it for you.
She makes you think.
Here to uplift and empower.
She's always encouraging.
You are that girl.
Chelsea Edwards, your bestie in daytime.
Like, it's a spiritual moment.
Chatting with Chelsea. New episodes weekdays at 5:30 or stream anytime on Fox Soul.
As we work to get through these times together, you may not be thinking about blood donation. But blood is needed to save the lives of people who are sick with a range of illnesses. It's easy and safe to give. If you are in good health, please donate. We need heroes now. Visit redcrossblood.org to schedule an appointment.
I'm Isaiah Carey, here to shake things up with the stories that hit hard and matter most. Here on The Factor, we cover news with grit and authenticity. We challenge the status quo and get down to real talk and bold discussions. Join us as we amplify the voices that disrupt, inspire, and lead the charge for change. Your story is power, and we're here to unleash it.
The Isaiah Factor Uncensored. New episodes weeknights at 9:30 or stream anytime on Fox Soul.
I know you're going through a lot. I wonder if you know that we can get help. Let's see how far we can go. Love, your mind.
Welcome back to Late Night Love. I'm Don Amici with Daphnique Springs. Thank you for joining us tonight.
Thanks for having me.
I appreciate you for gracing us with your presence, man. You got a big Hulu special coming out, right?
Yes, it's already out.
It's already out? All right, go watch the Hulu special.
Yeah, LOL Live with Daphnique Springs.
I love it. On Friday, we started following the post of Kiara Tiffany. She began a dating experience with a rich, white, older man who approached her. She agreed to date him considering his status, and then posted this about her first date.
The date with the older rich white guy went very well. He called the car. We went to Wally's, which is a wine bar. We had a drink there. We found out that our birthdays are on the same day. I was like, this is either going to go really right or really wrong, okay? We left there, went to the terrace. It's inside of a hotel in Beverly Hills. Wally's in Beverly Hills, too. So we walked right down the street to there. The food was so good, y'all. One of the things that we talked about is the difference between being wealthy and rich. And he was just saying, like, the only people who care about women wanting them for their money are people who either don't have money or are rich. He said, when you're rich, you have a constant fear of running out of money. So you don't want a woman that's just there spending it on whatever, whenever. Or you cannot have a fear of running out of money, and then you actually do run out of money. And when you run out of money, that woman is going to leave. So that's the fear. He said, when you're wealthy, you don't got to worry about that because you ain't going to run out of money. And he said, yes, women initially want you for your money the same way you want them for their looks. But eventually, you know, you fall in love or you don't, whatever. But as long as each person is treating the other person well, then there's no issues. I'm like, okay, tell me something. We talked about a lot of stuff, y'all. It was like a great conversation. And then he just called us a car. It took him home, and then it took me home. That's it. The date was very, like, sweet and simple. We were on the date for a couple hours, and I'm definitely going back out with him again because I had a good time.
What do you think about intentional dating? Because her first post was, I'm tired, I'm dating for money. Although she was like, I'm just kidding.
She manifested this then.
She did. She did manifest this because she was just at a place in Beverly Hills. He just walked up and approached her, asked her out. And I don't think she was into dating an older white guy.
Yeah.
And I don't even think she knew.
And he sounds like a good catch because he didn't kill her after the first date.
I don't even think she knew he was rich.
Oh.
She didn't know he was rich until he sent a car for her and pulled up.
She knew he was rich. You know how she knew?
How?
It's by location. I don't know if you guys ever remember this Superhead. You remember Superhead?
I remember
She wrote a book, and in the book, she gave women advice. And one of the things she said in the book is that you're not going to meet a CEO at Outback. She said you have to put yourself and go to high value, like you're not going to meet that politician. You're not going to meet that actor, entertainer. You have to put yourself in certain environments. And the number one thing that she said is that she was in Beverly Hills.
Okay.
So your odds of meeting somebody with money or wealthy in Beverly Hills is a lot higher than if she said she was at the Cheesecake Factory just chilling.
So she knew what she was doing.
She knew what she was doing.
And
she won.
She
hasn't won yet, but she's definitely in the ballpark.
Well, she's I guess she's like surprised though. You know, we talk about intentional dating here a lot, and want to get your take on it. People are setting goals of like, you know, I'm not necessarily looking specifically for love. I'm looking for people with these characteristics. So I'm going to put myself, if it's somebody who's fitness orientated or somebody who's a high net worth individual, I'm going to put myself in spaces that are there. What do you think about doing that when it comes to dating? Or are you just like, let the universe send me?
No, I think you have to be very intentional. I think you have to put yourself in the right places and really put yourself out there. Like I said, you can expect to meet somebody. Not saying that the owner of a billionaire might not go to Cheesecake Factory, but your likelihood of meeting him might be better in Beverly Hills.
Yes.
So you just want to be intentional with the things that you want, because it's also like being intentional with your goals. You know what I mean? You just like so many people move to Los Angeles to become an actor because you can do acting in Iowa, but I mean the industry is really here. So it's really like somebody told me years ago, palm trees don't grow in the North Pole.
Grow here in LA or wherever you plant them, but not in the North Pole.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is, and I think that's one thing I've kind of learned about dating or about everything. Be intentional with it and put your plan together.
Okay.
Don't wait for it just to manifest. Let's go to the phone lines. Who do we got on the phone? Wayne, what's going on, Wayne from LA?
Hey, good evening, my brother. How y'all
What's up,
doing?
Wayne?
That's a beautiful lady right there. I've seen her in a couple of comedy shows, and she's not only beautiful, she is really funny.
Oh, thank you, Wayne. I appreciate that.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Wayne, what's your question?
Well, I just had a quick comment. I was listening to the one clip where the young man was talking about the two ladies, and I was like, well, I'm not going to be judgmental or anything. I'm like, back in the day, I did my own little running around, and I just say, well, he's a young man, and, this might sound kind of bad, but, I guess a young man really has to sow his oats, you know what I mean? Like, I know I did, but as you grow, into manhood, you want to be mature, and then you say, I just want a one-on-one, and if you find that, hopefully right one-on-one, you plant that seed and, let that flower bloom. Because it's like this, man. I'm just telling you, all women are good. They really are. It just takes the right man to bring out the goodness in them. Just like this. When a woman wants to get with you, when she really wants to get with you, it's nothing she won't do for that particular man.
Okay,
But
Wayne.
she's
So
not
you
gonna
saying
do
you
the
can turn a
same
hoe
thing
into a
for
housewife?
Well, let me say it like this, Daphne. Back in the day, if I had to deal with an H, then I always kept that in perspective. I might see you Saturday night, and I might not see you again in life. Because you're just something to
a lady of the night.
That's another notch. You're just another notch on my bed.
Okay.
So when a woman came at me like, that's what she is, I'm like, fine. You know what I mean? I could treat you like that. I could take you to back in the day, Denny's. And,
Denny's.
Get your Denny's steak. Yeah, back in the day, Denny's was a thing. That's where you would take an H, Daphne, and, go take her home and handle your business and, like, see you, like that. But me, myself, I would really, really try to avoid H's,
Yeah.
I would really like to be the fox chasing the hens in the hen house. In other words, I chase, what they call real chicks. The women that I used to be maneuvering around back in the day. None of them to this day turn out to be no H's. So
Are you married
I
now?
don't know about. No, and I knew you were gonna ask me that. I'm in a long-term relationship. I guess, California statute would probably say we're married, but, we don't.
And why
have
haven't
a
you married this
license
woman,
like that.
Wayne? Wayne, all I hear is a lot of space, a lot of excuses. Why haven't you married this woman, Wayne?
Okay, well, I asked her,
Oh, okay.
and she said, we're doing good as we are. So I'm like, I didn't push her.
Oh, okay.
So
Well, at least you
been,
asked. That counts.
15. Oh yeah, I've asked her three 3-4 times.
Oh,
So
well,
actually, I
Wayne,
think
what's
it's
wrong
solid.
with you now?
I've asked her 4 times.
Four
you know.
times? Wayne,
And,
do you have a job?
yeah.
Are you working?
Well, let me say it like this.
Okay, that's why she said no 4 times, Wayne. I'm sorry. We have to get down to the nitty gritty, Wayne.
Wayne sound like he got a couple things that bring him income.
Wayne sound like he need to get a couple things in perspective first, and then that woman gonna say yeah. But right now, Wayne, she said, you know, long as you cuddle, that's it.
Wayne, like, look here, baby. Let me hit these corners real quick. All right, Wayne. Listen, thank you for the Wayne. Yeah, Wayne, we got to run, but thank you for the call. And you keep proposing to that woman, okay?
But get a
Y'all have a
job
great
and then
night,
propose
man.
again.
Daphne, I
Yeah.
have $1 million in my bank account. I really didn't want to come off like that. But
Oh, okay. Well, let
money
me
is
hold
not
some
the
cash at me. It's my first and last name. All
Cash,
right.
yeah, I mean, that's the first way to a woman's
Just
heart.
Spell your last name for me.
It's Springs, Springs. Okay? I'll be waiting on that cash app, Wayne.
All right, Wayne.
They put it up on the screen again.
There you go. Look on the screen, Wayne, right there. That's it. That's the cash app, okay?
Got it.
All right. Talk to
All
you,
right,
Wayne.
all right, Wayne. Wayne from Los Angeles. Thank you. Good luck with everything. I love callers like that because it.
Wayne didn't have no questions. He just had stories. Wayne just needed somebody to talk to real quick.
Wayne said Wayne got $1 million sitting in his bank account.
Talk to me, Wayne.
Have you ever considered relationship coaching as a side gig?
I think I need to get back into a successful relationship if I can give somebody some real advice as a side gig.
Well, you got a lot of relationship advice through your
I'm
videos.
pretty good at talking, but yeah, I feel like I need to be into something successful. I need some love, solid. But a lot of life coaches and stuff like that, they do be single matchmakers.
People listen.
It could be a side business.
I love this is a time to be alive. You can be whatever you want right now,
Yeah.
Poster JC is one of the many relationship coaches online and says this is what men are looking for in a wife.
The number one thing that makes a man see you as wifey material, it's not your looks, it's not that fat ass or your career. The truth is, men don't marry women based on solely how they look. Most men date women pretty close to the same attractiveness as themselves. He's not walking around thinking, damn, she's bad, I gotta marry her. That's not how it works. He might go around saying, damn, she's bad, I wanna her. Men are drawn to all different types of shapes, body sizes, it don't matter. But who we marry is a completely different story. The woman a man sees himself building a life with, the one he wants by her side when things get difficult, that woman has a nurturing heart. It's not about being perfect either. You could be strong, successful, stunning, brilliant, all of the above, and still have a nurturing energy. Because just like a woman craves safety, a man is attracted to your feminine energy, your nurturing heart, and you just being a woman. So no, it's not about your sexy curves, your career, or your resume. It's about how you make him feel.
What do you say about that?
I could agree with that, but not when it comes to these young NFL and NBA players. They just going straight after looks.
I don't know. I see women like distorting their body with the BBLs and the BB, but I think men, as we get older, we want depth of conversation. We want more than just pretty face and looks. I would think, right?
Yeah.
I mean, when you're young, the visuals are always going to, I think for any
Most
stage
men
man.
are married to big backs. This whole thing about men being married to attractive women is really in the low percentile. All my cousins that got a bra size of 45 and up
Big
are
backs.
married. Big back women. They got strong backs. From the back, if you just looked at their back, it looked like an NFL linebacker's back. They all married with kids, everything. All my cousins got kids, married, big backs.
So it's just
stomachs. If they look down, they can't see nothing. They can't even see their feet.
They happily
married with children.
So because they got depth of conversation, they got intellect, they got a lot, right?
Nah, they be cussing the men out of anything. It's just you just got. Sometimes I always tell people, you just got to move to the South.
Well, black people are concentrated in Atlanta, Florida, North Florida, or I guess all of Florida, Mississippi, Alabama.
Just move to the South.
Why is it the South though? Is it just easier out there, or just more options?
Lower your expectations.
I don't want to lower my expectations. I don't want to move home.
If everybody is 6 out there, then you got to be with a 6.
Yeah, but then like I don't want to go home or to the South and then get like diabetes and eat bad because it's all that down South cooking. Yeah. You're gonna fall into that.
You gonna get some sweet tea. That's how my cousins who with all the big bags get the men. They just give them some sweet tea. Then the man wake up. He be go to a little coma, and then by the time he wake up, he married with 3 kids.
With 3 kids.
Mm-hmm. It be the sweet tea.
Life be easy.
Yeah, and macaroni and cheese, just heavy food, just heavy. Soul food, just heavy.
Right?
Soul food.
You just eat like 2 bites of it, and you just like, it's like, ugh.
Yeah, you sleepy. Then he wake up, he got 3 kids, and she pregnant again. But he don't really know she pregnant because her stomach was the same size. So he just
You ever thought about going back down south and just say, you know what, this is it? I'm just gone.
Yeah, I tell you, if I go down south, if anything, I could marry one of my cousins.
Okay. All right. Up next, the argument for a cheap wedding ring when late night love continues.
I was a quarterback at Hardaway High School. College first round draft pick. During the football season, I would stop eating. But I didn't know I was depressed. We didn't have any education behind what mental health was. I started to learn it starts here first. If this is together, I'll be better as a father and as a husband. We have to redefine what being a strong man is and heal, love your mind.
What do you think you're doing, Kevin? Was just gonna drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
Like hearing voices?
Like your text-to-emoji ratio?
Oh man, the selfies.
Selfie, nailed it.
We all have warning signs that let us know that we're probably not okay to drive. Mine is pretending to be your subconscious.
Craig, come on, man, let's split a ride home.
I'm Isaiah Carey, here to shake things up with the stories that hit hard and matter most. Here on The Factor, we cover news with grit and authenticity. We challenge the status quo and get down to real talk and bold discussions. Join us as we amplify the voices that disrupt, inspire, and lead the charge for change. Your story is power, and we're here to unleash it.
The Isaiah Factor Uncensored. New episodes weeknights at 9:30 or stream anytime on Fox Soul.
Hey, it's your girl, Carolina Sanchez, and The Nightcap is the late night show where no topic is off limits. Join me as we dive into the wild world of relationships, sex, and everything in between. From hilarious dating disasters to steamy secrets, you know we've got it all. We've got celebrity guests, expert advice, and a cocktail in hand. The Nightcap is your guilty pleasure. So grab your drink and tune in because the best stories start after dark.
The Nightcap. New episodes weeknights at 10:30 or stream anytime on Fox Soul.
Welcome back to Late Night Love. I'm Don Amici with Daphnique Springs. Our phone number, 310-369-0400. As we talk about relationships and love, we invite you into the conversation. Or you can jump into the chat on the Fox Soul Late Night Love YouTube page. We'll get your comments throughout the show. Have you heard of the sketch comic Daryl C. Vega? Or Daryl.
Yes.
Daryl, he's hilarious. In the sketch, Daryl has a different take on giving her a cheap wedding ring.
But it's just like, it's the effort and the thought that counts. You want me to walk around with something that's going to turn my finger green, essentially? Like,
it's not going to turn...
I just don't think that's fair because you're rushing it. You could have saved up and got me a real ring. I knew that was fake. I knew it was fake. It looked like... I'm not trying to be funny about that, but like, I'm not saying that it just has to be, you know, this big expensive ring, but even if it was a smaller real like diamond, like some effort, some thought, like you just threw this together.
So you want a wear ring that when you go outside and somebody snatch it off your finger, you start calling me on the phone. If somebody steals this one, I tell you, be coming home, let's go out to dinner. Nobody cares. But if you wear the real one now, somebody will snatch it off and now you start to cry.
Why would somebody be snatching something off my hand?
That's what happened.
And what you gonna do if they snatch it off? What you gonna do?
Nothing. Do I look like I'm a vigilante? I'll be out here tracking criminals. How am I supposed to know who snatched it? But they probably snatched it.
You're so funny.
And you'll be lucky if your finger is intact. They might take your finger.
Wow. Where are we living at if this is all happening? This sounds like a very dangerous place.
Exactly. That's why I'm saying first of all, you marry with this one.
Nobody's snatching nothing.
It's fine. You know all these women around. I've been keeping myself for you. But there are people that are interested in me. Let me just tell you.
Okay, go ask them to marry you then. Go ask them to marry you then if you have so many suitors, so many people interested. You think they're not interested in me, boo? They interested.
That's fine.
Okay, well then that's great.
No, it's okay. I'll go. And you're the one that you can't even come to my wedding.
All right, so one of the worst things you can do is fumble the wedding ring.
Yeah.
I proposed when I was younger without a ring, so it was a stupid thing for me to do. Yeah, I wanted to get the right ring, but you don't overthink it. Buy what you can afford. Number one. That's buy what you can afford.
They say like what is it, like 6 months salary?
6 months. I mean, buy what you can afford.
Yeah.
I mean, but that is a thing, something like that. Buy what you can afford. But what is it? Does the wedding ring? Is it special to you? Like you want something real. I mean, he makes good logic and sense here.
No, it doesn't make good logic or sense.
From a man's
what is the
standpoint,
probability of you going outside and somebody snatching your ring off your finger? It's very unlikely.
It's dangerous.
Yeah, well, anything is dangerous. Having jewelry on is dangerous.
Right.
Having a cell phone is dangerous. Everything is dangerous.
So he's like,
so at least get me a real ring, because my biggest fear is if somebody takes the ring and they see it's fake, then they gonna kick my ass anyway.
Well, they're not gonna know though. That's the thing.
Oh, they gonna know. You gonna know because she said it was gonna have the green mark around her finger.
They're saying 3 months' salary is the norm for a wedding ring.
Okay.
3 months' salary.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Is that what you would want your suitor to do?
I would want like 6 months.
6 months.
Yeah.
Oh, so it matters to you.
Yeah.
Okay, 6 months. 6 months for the ring. So don't do that.
No, absolutely not. But, at least he told her, though. Because it's been cases where women have just been walking around and they get spotted by one of them fake diamond testers and find out the ring isn't real. And then that's years of deception in your marriage. But at least he's telling her.
What would you do? What would you do if you found out that your ring was cubic zirconia after years? Like...
I would be very disappointed, but I wouldn't even wait years, child. So then you put it on my finger. Next day, I'm down there at the shop getting it.
Is that what you're supposed to do?
Getting it appraised. Yeah, because I need to put it on my insurance policy anyway.
To figure out how much.
Don't play with me.
All right, our phone number 310-369-0400. We're talking about relationships and love. Daphnique Springs hanging out with us. Her comedy special on Hulu, LOL.
Yes, LOL Live with Daphnique Springs.
I love it. You can watch it right now. How was it taping that?
Oh, it was great. We shot it in Vegas. Produced by Kevin Hart's Heartbeat Productions.
I love it. All right, Kevin Hart, man. He's how long you been working with Kevin?
Working with his production company for a few years now, so it's pretty dope. Always getting opportunities over there, helping out the next generation of comics.
I love it. All right, I love it. All right, poster I Am J Monique has the question for the single Gold Digger.
Y'all be whole gold diggers, but ain't struck gold yet. How have you not got anyone to marry you yet? Y'all are such bad and everybody wants you. How have you not got a man with some money on, with some funyuns, to not just spend on you, but lock you in? Okay? Put your name on a deed, a title, a marriage. Okay? Something that's for life. That if he leaves you, half of everything goes to you. How have y'all not been able to get a man to make that commitment for you? Because y'all are for fun. Okay, men see that. They see right past that. Y'all are for fun. It's easy for them to break you off a little petty change. But to build you into their lifestyle, to make you a priority, they won't.
Ooh. We're talking about Barry White, who passed away, and his estate. He never really got his estate taken care of, but he was with his wife. I wouldn't say he was with his current girlfriend for a number of years, and he never updated his will.
Ooh.
So his ex-wife got everything, and
she has to move out.
So the ex-wife got everything. The current wife and his kids took the ex-wife to court, trying to battle us out, saying that this wasn't his wishes. But because he never fixed anything, the vast majority of the estate went to the ex-wife. Now, the ex-wife was very gracious to allow the current girlfriend to stay living in the house.
Oh, that was beautiful.
That was very beautiful. But she didn't break off anything out of the estate, so you got to have your paperwork. It is true that, your name needs to be on some assets, some titles, and some deeds.
And the life insurance.
And the life insurance.
Just in case you go on vacation and want to push them over.
Wow, no. Which that's a very interesting thing. How do you know when a man is just using you for fun compared to wanting to?
I would just say if he doesn't make a true commitment.
Like,
what does
that
and he's
look
not
like?
consistent.
From your point of view, what does that look like?
Commitment is just eventually something that would just lead into something more permanent, like paperwork. Now, like she said, that's deeds. I don't want to be on your taxes because I don't want to owe nothing. But life insurance, beneficiaries on bank accounts, a part of the trust. Just power of attorney is what I would really like. Yeah.
Oh, you want to make decisions?
Yeah, if you're in vegetable state, I'm going to go ahead and let you go.
Prenups at all?
Prenups.
Postnup?
Yeah. I want a prenup if I get married, but I want to have full autonomy to his money.
Wait. Me and you get married.
Mm-hmm.
I got to sign the prenup.
My money is my money.
Okay.
Your money is our money.
What if I need a kidney and like...
My kidney is my kidney. Your kidney gonna have to get on the waiting list.
Gotcha.
But if I need a kidney, your kidney, you got two. Give me one.
What if you could help buy me a kidney with some of your funds in your account? I got enough for like half a kidney.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you can kick in for the...
We're gonna have to start a GoFundMe.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Sorry, Don.
But you know what? You set the intention up front.
Yeah.
You let me know what...
I'm being very clear.
Very clear what we're getting up front. You gonna help me?
You still gonna come around, Don. You still gonna come around.
You gonna help me put the GoFundMe page
up? Yeah,
up?
I'm gonna help you. That's the least I can do. I'm gonna just type everything in the AI and let it go ahead and go to work.
We're gonna shoot a skit around it?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I can't be mad at that, right?
Yeah. My followers, somebody gonna donate you a kidney.
Something. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean,
almost 10 million. Somebody out there is a match.
If not, we'll get the money to buy the or the procedure.
We just need $1.
Yeah. I mean, I can't really ask. I mean, some would just say no.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, up next, we are all going to learn what a misandrist is as Late Night Love continues.
Well, on Fox Face Off, we tell the raw, unadulterated truth.
Fox Soul Face Off.
We are given the platform here with no fear.
Always comes out swinging.
We should be saying, hey, stop shooting and killing people.
Nothing held back.
They wanted black hip-hop moguls and artists to continue the feud.
No punches pulled.
And shut the hell up. You interrupt me all the time.
Tune into the show where opinions collide. Fox Soul Face Off. New episodes weeknights at 9 or stream anytime on Fox Soul.
Ready to lose track of time the best way possible?
Rolling!
From the funniest videos to the wildest things online, we do the scrolling so you don't have to. It's Usher. He had that synthetic hair melting. You hear me? Why y'all talking about that lady hair like that? Ain't he alone? Catch us every weeknight, 7 p.m. Central on Fox Soul. Louder for the people in the back.
Hey, it's your girl, Carolina Sanchez, and The Nightcap is the late night show where no topic is off limits. Join me as we dive into the wild world of relationships, sex, and everything in between. From hilarious dating disasters to steamy secrets, you know we've got it all. We've got celebrity guests, expert advice, and a cocktail in hand. The Nightcap is your guilty pleasure. So grab your drink and tune in because the best stories start after dark.
The Nightcap. New episodes weeknights at 10:30 or stream anytime on Fox Soul.
I wonder if you know that I want the best for you. But how long will you fight solo? I wonder if you know that we can get help. Not wondering anymore. Love, your mind.
Welcome back to Late Night Love. I'm Don Amici with Daphnique Springs, or I am D Springs. You can give us a call, 310-369-0400. We're talking about relationships and love. I was today years old when I learned the word misandrist, which is very interesting. Our producers came in earlier and told us about that, but you didn't know what that was, did you?
No, I didn't know what it was.
It's someone who has a prejudice against men. Poster Tactless Radio embraces that label and says it helps her relationships too.
Y'all might call me a misandrist, a man hater, a cat lady, bitter. But one thing I've never been, lonely. See, I don't think you all realize that women like me still get men. That there are men who understand exactly what I mean when I say all men, and they're not offended. They actually agree. Misandrists aren't lonely. If anything, I feel like misandrists have an amazing talent of picking really good guys. Because it's strict over here. So if you want to be with me, you got to act right. And I think we have a sixth sense on being able to sniff out, but also sniff out the men who actually mean well. So while y'all are out here talking about, you'll be alone, you'll be living with your cats, nobody will want you. One, I'm allergic to cats. And two, I always have a man.
Yeah, she look like she always got a man because she'll put a spell on you.
She does seem a little
Yeah,
angry.
she got black fingernails. Oh, yeah, that's definitely root work.
You know, Caller Wayne said something earlier.
What'd he say?
He said that there was a man for every woman. That sometimes you have to learn how to love certain women. Some women come off as angry, or upset, or there's certain energy around certain women. And I do
You look for the good in everything, don't you, Don? Because I don't think Wayne was somebody we should be taking advice from.
I'm an internal optimist.
Okay,
But I do
that makes
believe
sense.
that there is a love language to everybody.
Okay.
You just have to have time, patience,
Yeah.
and energy in understanding that person's language when it comes to talking. And I guess she's right. I mean, she has a lot of rules when it comes to dating. We're all prejudiced against the other sex to a certain extent.
But it's always crazy that people say these type of things, but she's still single.
But she says she can get a man.
Where is he at?
That is an interesting thing. And
I say the same thing, and look at me.
But you're not prejudiced against men. When I look at you and I look at your videos, you have an affection and a love for men. I mean, at least that's the energy I get.
Yeah.
You believe in love. You just
ain't gonna take no BS for the day.
Right. You know, not no BS. And then we learned that there's a prenup. Your money is your money. My money is your money.
My kidney is my kidney.
Your kidney. But you also are a team player though.
Yeah.
I love it at the end of the day.
I'm gonna pay for the 50th date.
And with the 50th date, not to exceed $200.
Yeah.
But you know what?
That's a good amount. It's a nice little steak. That's Maestro's.
One drink.
Yeah.
And you'll bring some cognac in your purse.
Talk to me.
I can't really get mad at any of that.
You
really.
ain't mad.
I can't really get mad at any.
I swayed you.
Here's the thing. You trying.
Yeah, okay.
You know what I'm saying? You trying. I can say that's
And I'm going to hold your hand.
Not like this, but you going
Yeah, full whole hand. Yeah.
Like the whole.
Yeah, rub your ear.
The back of it.
Tell you you're beautiful, even when you're ugly. I'm going to do it.
You might get a ring.
You talk to me.
You might get a ring with all that now. Come on, go ahead now. We often hear about having an artificial intelligence or AI love connection. There are probably a whole lot of men doing that already, but poster I Am Samantha Lee says it might be a harder sell for women.
The effect of AI love gonna have on us? I don't think AI love can, AI love is what? Ain't no AI gonna love me like a man gonna love me. I'm sorry, they gonna have to keep that. I want a human being. I know men want the AI. No, I want a man. I want a real live red hot blooded male. in my presence. I don't want no daggone AI. What the AI gonna do? What the AI gonna do? We gonna have conversations? I have conversations with y'all. I want a man. I want a person, human being.
What she failed to realize, a lot of women already getting AI love.
What, the
vibrator.
The rose?
Yeah, that's AI love. So a lot of women already in that cycle. So ladies, you might as well just go ahead and add the other part of that AI love. And that'll be adding, like, basically turning on your speaker and having a male voice say, you're beautiful, you're a strong woman.
Daily affirmations.
Yeah, daily affirmations. That's what it's going to add to the mix. Because if you're already messing with the rose, you're already getting AI love, you might as well go ahead and just add a voice to it.
I wonder if any women, how many women are on OnlyFans for the chatting with the guys on there?
I don't think it's a big thing. I think that when men have OnlyFans, I think that they get more male. Suitors than women.
Women?
Yeah.
Yeah. I had a couple of OnlyFans relationships.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, they blocked me, though.
You know, my friend had OnlyFans, and it wasn't her talking back to the guys. It was actually a gay guy.
A gay guy?
Mm-hmm.
They set up a whole thing, or they outsourced it?
he just got a percentage of the sales, and he would respond to everything and say all the freaky stuff.
Oh, my God.
You weren't even really communicating with her.
You don't even know.
Yeah, you never know.
They would send me voice notes and all kind of stuff.
Mm.
You know, but they blocked me, so I had to let it go. Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah, I'm not winning.
Yeah.
It's okay.
I'm going to rub your shoulder later.
Oh, listen.
2 seconds. That's it. That's all you get.
That's okay.
I'm a good person.
I'm going to watch your whole special on Hulu.
Thank you. 30 minutes.
30 minutes. I'm going to watch the whole
Okay.
special. Listen. We got a comment from James Sacramento. He has a question for Daphnique. Is she mad at men?
Me?
That's from the chat.
See, you know what? Why am I mad at men? No, I'm not mad at men.
I didn't get any of that.
No.
No.
Yeah, because I mean, if I'm mad at men, I'm mad at women. I'm mad at, everybody shit at this point.
No, your whole comedy thing is always about dating.
It's about dating. My personal experience.
Yeah, you never.
Yeah.
I don't.
I'm not a man hater.
And you're not like I've never heard anything I've never heard or seen anything from any of your sketches to say you stop giving up on love.
Yeah, no.
No, see, no. So yeah, I don't know where you're getting that from, James.
You just negative.
Come on now, James.
What's it, James?
James from Sacramento.
Yeah.
No, James. So
we appreciate you tuning in, but brother, you're gonna have to make better observations.
Well, we talked about this earlier that dating in Los Angeles is kind of hard.
Yeah, Sacramento might be a little bit better.
I know. I think it's probably a little bit worse, given the sense that you like dating black men, and so it gets thinner.
Yeah,
there's only
real thin.
The black population here in Los Angeles is about 700,000, and then you take away like the age demographic that you're probably looking at, so that gets shrunk down even more. And so then you take away the ones that are heterosexual, and then you take away the ones that are not married, the ones that are looking for black women, and so it's
getting smaller and smaller.
Right, and so it's like you got to look.
2 years away from being a lesbian.
2 years away from being a lesbian.
2 years.
Some women,
that's how they get you.
Have you being in the entertainment industry had the
No.
moves?
But I'm just saying, when you become like, when it gets so, the dating pool gets smaller and smaller, you just end up getting you a girlfriend with a cat.
No, but women haven't hit on you?
Oh yeah, women hit on me.
They try to convert you?
I don't think people, but my personality, people pretty chill.
Oh, they don't try to, do you know they're doing it?
Yeah.
Okay. And they're just like, hey, come on, you can come out here. How do you turn them down?
I have mastered the ability, and it's towards anybody. It's just not giving you anything. So some people just be like, I can't really read her, and that's on purpose. Yeah. If I like you, you'll know. If not, I'll just be like, oh, I'll be right back. I got to go talk to such and such. And you'll be like, what? Like,
listen, greatest piece of information I learned came from Cameron. It's respect the curve.
Ooh, I like that.
Respect the curve. Cameron said and this video was like, I don't know, 2014, 15, it was old. He said if a girl is hitting you with nah or a bunch of emojis, or she ain't directly answering your question, That's the curve, and you need to respect it.
Respect it.
Don't press it. Don't go into it no more. If she ain't giving you a direct answer into what you asking about, that's the curve, and you need to respect it.
Gotta go.
And you gotta go. Recognize it for what it is, and that's her answering your question.
If you keep coming, then it's harassment.
It is.
Yeah.
You know, you got, and that's the one thing I think.
And I got Mace in my purse.
Woof.
Oof.
All right, more late night love when we come back.
Hey, it's your girl, Carolina Sanchez, and The Nightcap is the late night show where no topic is off limits. Join me as we dive into the wild world of relationships, sex, and everything in between. From hilarious dating disasters to steamy secrets, you know we've got it all. We've got celebrity guests, expert advice, and a cocktail in hand. The Nightcap is your guilty pleasure. So grab your drink and tune in because the best stories start after dark.
The Nightcap. New episodes weeknights at 10:30 or stream anytime on Fox Soul.
Well, on Fox Face Off, we tell the raw, unadulterated truth.
Fox Soul Face Off.
We are given the platform here with no fear.
Always comes out swinging.
We should be saying, hey, stop shooting and killing people.
Nothing held back.
They wanted black hip-hop moguls and artists to continue the feud.
No punches pulled.
And shut the hell up. You interrupt me all the time.
Tune into the show where opinions collide. Fox Soul Face Off. New episodes weeknights at 9 or stream anytime on Fox Soul.
What do you think you're doing, Kevin? Was just gonna drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
Like hearing voices?
Like your text-to-emoji ratio?
Oh man, the selfies.
Selfie nailed it.
We all have warning signs that let us know that we're probably not okay to drive. Mine is pretending to be your subconscious.
Craig, come on, man, let's split a ride home.
Hey, besties.
What is a bestie?
I like you.
She's fun.
It's about to be a good time.
She's always looking out for you.
Since you're my bestie, I will handle it for you.
She makes you think.
Here to uplift and empower.
She's always encouraging.
You are that girl.
Chelsea Edwards, your bestie in daytime.
I get the spiritual moments.
Chatting with Chelsea. New episodes weekdays at 5:30 or stream anytime on Fox Soul.
Welcome back to Late Night Love. I'm Don Amici with Daphnique Springs, and we invite you to call us 310-369-0400 as we talk about relationships and love. Maybe you can relate to this post. Yap Girl saying aging men shouldn't be playing the I can't commit card.
Ooh.
Not these dudes wearing orthotics, needing reading glasses, and who can't handle more than 2 drinks. Telling women out here that they're not ready for commitment. They don't know what they're looking for. What in the Peter Pan syndrome is going on? Sir, you are pushing 40, 45, 50. This isn't a cute look. You're either grown or you're not. And cosplaying as a 21-year-old is just gross. And ladies, we really need to stop letting ourselves date these men. Don't try to be the girl that tries to get a guy who'll never settle down to settle down. There is no award for that, I promise you. We deserve men who know what they want. Not ones running around the bar scene when they should be dads instead.
Mm.
A lot of anger there.
Yeah.
But that energy was just kind of...
That's what James was talking about.
Yeah.
He pinned that on me.
Well, so I'm pretty sure there's somebody out there for her.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I think she's been hurt a little bit. That's where that energy is coming from, that projection is coming from.
Or just a little bit of disappointment. Yeah. You know what I mean? It is a lot of men. You expect men when they get to a certain age to actually want to settle down and commit. And you have some men that are over 50 kind of still kind of juggling and not really knowing what they want.
Like out of life or out of a relationship?
Out of a relationship.
They don't,
because they're probably already settled in their career. It's like in a relationship.
Do you think it's because they've been burnt by bad relationships before? They're just like shell-shocked and they're like, I don't know. Or you think they just like variety? I
think they just still think they got it. That's why she mentioned the age. You are not 21. You know what I mean? Sir, you are 55. Okay? You're almost able to get a discount on your coffee at McDonald's. You need to sit yourself down somewhere and get a wife.
Well, how George Clooney was still getting it at a late age. Leonardo DiCaprio still getting it. Who else is still getting it at an older age? See, that's the problem
with black men. Y'all can't do what white men do.
Idris Elba?
Majority of Idris Elba is married.
Okay. All right. Let me find another singer.
See?
Jamie Foxx. Is he still getting it? I mean, he might have slowed down after
outside.
He's still outside. Who else is another single black man? Well, I was going to say, but he just got married.
Who?
The one that just got married to Megan Good. He was.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Jonathan Major.
Jonathan Major. You know,
and then Devon Franklin. He got engaged.
Yeah, I don't think Devon Franklin is made to be single. I think he's like, I got.
That's come with Christ.
Yeah, he's like, I got to get married.
Yeah, when Jesus in your life, you gonna go ahead and get married.
But so men need to be married after a certain age for you.
Yes.
We're talking about the benefits of,
and especially if you get a woman that wants to marry you, this is the age group where you got to start making doctor appointments on a regular basis. You need somebody to drive you to that.
We were talking about some of the benefits that women bring to a man's life. Like, we live longer because of you. You guys give us purpose.
Yeah.
Help us with direction. There's just so many nuanced benefits. You make a house a home.
Yes. Because some of y'all places still using towels that are crunchy. It's crazy.
Well, listen, we use
one bar of soap in the whole house. You washing dishes with that bar of soap. You washing up with that bar of soap. It's sad. It's sad. Y'all need women in your life.
You look at it as we're saving money with that one bar of soap.
Yeah.
You look at it as something different.
I look at it as you're going down bad.
Going down bad?
Yeah.
Well, and you keep us strong.
Yeah, keep you strong, keep you on your teeth.
Yeah, but
we create legacy for you.
You do create legacy too. What do we bring to you though?
Just a lot of heartache.
One of our favorite therapists on social media is Bring It Brat in Chicago.
I don't know who needs to hear this, but that man keep playing in your face like that because he know you gonna do all that talking and all that yelling and your ass still not gonna leave. He know that you are all bark, no bite. He know that he can do whatever he wanna do, and because you act like you can't live without him, you're unprepared to stand on business. He know that all he gotta do is buy you something, take you on a trip, or you down, and you gonna forget all about his up ass behavior until the next time he make you mad. Who said that?
Is that true?
That's very true. A lot of people stay in toxic relationships. But it goes both ways.
It does grow. Well, can you ever outgrow the toxicity of a relationship? I mean, do you get to a point where you start, a couple previous posters we had, she was like, I don't have the meter for that. I'll sniff you out. The prejudice.
Yeah.
What was that word that we misandrous?
Yes.
Yeah, she had a misandrous for men to where they can sniff the toxicity out.
Yeah. But I say most people stay in toxic relationships because it's familiar. I don't want to go out there in the world and deal with some new BS when I could just deal with the BS here. I already know you're going to cheat. I already know you're going to do this. I know we're going to go back and forth. I know things are going to get great again, and then they going to go down a certain path. Sometimes you just want familiar.
It's okay to stay with somebody you know is going to cheat? I'm not saying the cheating is right. But
are the bills paid, Don?
The bills are paid.
Child, I can turn a blind eye. Look at this, Don.
It is not. Caller Renee is on the line from Atlanta.
Inflation.
Hi, Renee. Renee? Do we have Renee or no?
Did we lose her?
Oh, hi.
How you doing,
hey, how you
Yeah,
doing?
no, my phone was on mute. My bad.
That's
Hi,
okay.
how you guys doing?
Good. You want to talk about your wedding ring?
So, yeah, I see you guys did a little segment on a wedding ring, and I wanted to make a comment because my husband, he actually got my wedding ring from a pawn shop.
Oh, okay.
And, yeah, it's beautiful. It's exactly what I wanted. And when I looked up the retail price online, it was like 5 times what he paid for it. So at the pawn shop, it was $1,400, and online it was like $16,000.
We were having a conversation earlier about buying a wedding ring, and one guy was buying his girl a fake wedding ring.
Yeah, but just to get a good deal is nothing wrong with that because pawn shops have great deals.
They do.
Because it's always people trying to come in there for a rush and then they able to resell it because they bought it low, and then you able to have a $16,000 ring on your finger for $1,400. Your man is actually smart, brilliant.
Now Renee, let me ask you a question. how long you been married, and did you worry about like maybe the bad energy from that wedding ring?
No, you just put a little sage on it.
We've been married for 3 years, and absolutely not. I took it home. Well, actually, I didn't. When he proposed, when I seen the ring, I cleaned it, put in some jewelry cleaner, and that was that. Like, it's exactly what I wanted. So it's like, to me, you know, having a 3 salary or a 6 salary ring price, that didn't matter as long as it was real. And it was beautiful. Like, you know, I just
and that's
want
what matters. So now that extra money you can put on something else, like a down payment on a home or wedding expenses and stuff like that. So I think that's actually very smart.
You funny.
But we still gonna stand by. You stand by the fact that you don't want a fake ring, right? Because that dude was giving out a fake ring.
Oh,
you
no.
stand by. Oh, thank you.
No, it absolutely got to be real. I believe the ring gonna last forever. The marriage gonna last forever.
Talk to me.
I love it. Sage and sea moss, the 2 things black people use to cure anything.
Yeah.
Did you have, now was it a big wedding? Did you have a big wedding?
We didn't. We didn't have a big wedding. We spent $5,000 on our wedding.
Smart.
There was 22 people there. We got an Airbnb and we just did it in the backyard.
I know that's right.
Wow.
Yeah, we put that money to down payment on the house.
Talk to me. That's what you're supposed to do.
40 grand
because
for a
weddings
5-hour
really isn't
wedding,
for
no.
you. It's for everybody else. That's what it's for.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, now, you know, Daphnique is single. Can you offer her any advice on snagging her husband?
I don't think it works like that.
Huh?
Nothing, sis? Nothing?
Yeah.
You ain't got nothing for me?
Come on, woman to woman now.
Please.
Come on.
I've been waiting on this call, please.
What you got? What,
I just feel like...
You got to move or something?
I feel like she's laughing at me and not with us.
Come on.
No, I'm not laughing at you. I just laugh when people always ask for advice on like how to get a man or how did you find love. It's nothing like that. It's a moment in time that just happens. So there's no advice that I can give because me and my husband, we were in a situationship before we got married. He left his girlfriend for me, so I can't give nobody no advice.
Oh God, this is.
Oh, okay. So I should just be a side chick.
And
I too can get a ring.
I think that's the.
I think that was great advice.
Listen. Who said the side chick don't became the side chick became the main
Anybody
chick?
work here that's in a relationship right now and I can take it?
I don't know. Yeah.
Because Don, you single, that don't work. I need somebody that's in a relationship.
I'm pretty sure we can find somebody
I'm
here.
gonna be on the side, and then a couple of years later, I'm gonna be the wife.
Well,
Talk to me, girl. I know that's right.
Let me ask you, how did it feel getting promoted?
I mean, it felt good. I was like, listen, don't leave her for me. Leave her, you know, if you want to leave. You know, so maybe it's an ultimatum. You got to give him an ultimatum. So that's ultimately what it was.
Are you sure he got that ring from the pawn shop and it wasn't her ring?
I might have to do some investigations now that you bring it up.
Talk to me, girl. He pawned it because that price sound more like a layaway pawn. Not a real pawn, because the 1,400, 16,000, them 2 different numbers. Sound like it was, he had it in there, he went and got it out.
Yeah, maybe it was a divorce decree.
Yeah.
No.
You're going to have to call back next week and let us know.
I think this might be the first side chick promotion I've ever heard of where somebody actually got moved up.
Where do you live? What city?
Oh Lord,
she's in Atlanta.
Oh yeah, that's side chick capital.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. Look at how Portia Williams from Real Housewives.
Yeah, he just said he felt that Portia was preying on him.
He was in a relationship and then he got with Portia and married her. So I'm moving to Atlanta, y'all.
Oh wow. Well, listen.
Well, we didn't meet in Atlanta. We met in Florida. And moved to Atlanta together.
Make up your mind where I need to be.
Oh golly. Well, look, Renee,
come back to the South, like you said.
Okay, thank you, Renee.
Well, then that's just going to be the big bag. You don't want to be a big bag, right? Because moving back, you start.
I can use about 3-4 inches on my back.
You would adopt the lifestyle and the food. It's just,
I take a little diabetes for a man.
Okay. All right. Look at you. All right.
I'm growing.
All right. All right, Renee. Listen. Congratulations with the ring, the wedding, being promoted to the main chick. And
you won, sis.
You won.
Hey.
You won.
Thank you.
Hey, you say, go when you go look in the mirror and say, I am her. Okay?
Yes.
All right. All right. You got it.
Twerk a little bit.
Yeah, you go ahead. All right. More late night love when we come forward.
I know you're going through a lot. I wonder if you know that we can get help. Let's see how far we can go. Love, your mind.
Hey, it's your girl, Carolina Sanchez, and The Nightcap is the late night show where no topic is off limits. Join me as we dive into the wild world of relationships, sex, and everything in between. From hilarious dating disasters to steamy secrets, you know we've got it all. We've got celebrity guests, expert advice, and a cocktail in hand. The Nightcap is your guilty pleasure. So grab your drink and tune in because the best stories start after dark.
The Nightcap. New episodes weeknights at 10:30 or stream anytime on Fox Soul.
What do you think you're doing, Kevin?
Was just gonna drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
Like hearing voices?
Like your text-to-emoji ratio?
Oh man, the selfies.
Selfie nailed it. We all have warning signs that let us know that we're probably not okay to drive. Mine is pretending to be your subconscious.
Craig, come on man, let's put a ride home.
Ready to lose track of time the best way possible?
Rolling!
From the funniest videos to the wildest things online, we do the scrolling so you don't have to. It's Usher. He had that synthetic hair melting. You hear me? Why y'all talking about that lady hair like that? Ain't it alone? Catch us every weeknight, 7 p.m. Central on Fox Soul. Louder for the people in the back.
I know you're going through a lot. I wonder if you know that we can get help. Let's see how far we can go. Love, your mind.
Welcome back to Late Night Love. I'm Don Amici with Daphnique Springs. And from our chat, Bonafide 1970 says, I love Daphnique Springs comedy. I love those Michael Myers skits that she did. Look at that. All right. I love it. Are you bringing it back for Halloween?
Halloween, October.
All
Check
right,
us
now.
out.
Poster I am Donnie P on messages that don't match actions.
Listen, I don't know which man need to hear this, right? And this is me advocating for a lot of us women. Please stop overselling and underperforming. Please stop texting us. I miss you. 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 And you literally do nothing to see us. What the f did you miss? Because I never even gave you no. What do you miss? The idea of us? What is it? I miss you. I miss you. I miss you. I miss you. And do literally nothing. Followed by crickets. What do you miss? What do you miss? This is how I know some of y'all men are used to dealing with bare minimum women. Because the way you show up, you underperform so bad. And now you think that was okay over there with the last 50 girls you done dated. You get over here and think that you could do that over here. Do I strike you as bare minimum? Sir, I treat myself top tier. Do you know I book my own flights and go out the country and to the different states? Do you know that? Please stop texting us that I miss you, 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 followed by nothing. Text us and say, sweetie, I miss you. Hey, love, I miss you. Are you free Thursday around 5 or 6 o'clock? I would love to treat you out to a cocktail or something. Can we take a walk and I can pick your brain and get to know you a little bit better? Stop with the I miss you. You know what I'm saying? Stop, we're tired. A lot of y'all are overselling and underperforming. Miss us with that. Miss somebody else, please. Because a lot of y'all are missing us and followed by crickets. Leave us alone. Thank you very much. Call me back, peace.
It's been a while since I've seen a woman wear rings on all of her fingers. I mean, it's wow.
I like it.
That was it. Wow. Can I hit you with what you're doing?
What you doing?
Mm-hmm. Can I hit you with that?
Yeah, you could hit me with it, but the conversation needs to progress like what she's saying with a plan. It's nothing more that a woman loves than a man with a plan. And a man with a plan is a man that is going to make a plan to see you, to spend time with you, spend some money on you, take you on vacation. He has a plan. Because a man with a plan going to marry you. He going to take it the long way. Anything else is A lot of men nowadays, they like pen pals.
Pen pals.
Pen pals. So what that is where he's texting 3, 4, 5 women, I miss you, and he just likes conversation. You know, usually a man who's too cheap to get a therapist and really talk out situations, so he just constantly wants to be in contact and get emotional spirit support and positive energy from multiple women. And don't play with me, sir. You gotta couple what you doing, how you doing before you blocked. I remember a guy came up to me, he was like, yeah, you don't remember me and you used to talk. And I was like, oh, okay. And then he was like, yeah, but then you just stopped talking. And then I thought about it. I said, oh, probably because you wasn't making no plans. I'm not about to keep messaging you for no month, sir, and you ain't made one plan.
Do men not know that women need to make plans? Are we just that clueless?
No, men need to make plans.
No. I'm saying, do we not know that we need to? Are we just that clueless when it comes to?
They're making plans with somebody, or either they sitting in their mama basement just wishing and hoping. Either way, leave me alone, sir. I need a man with a plan. When I talk to men, I love it when they be like, what are you doing? What day are you free? Oh, I'm free on Thursday. Thursday, I'm free too. We're going to go to such and such. Oh my God, that turns me on.
So you just want
that makes me think, get rid of the rose.
Just take a little, get rid of the rose. You shouldn't. Well, listen, I'm not going to tell you not to get rid of the
Get
rose.
rid of the AI love.
Get rid of the AI. Listen, all right, up next, our nightly last laugh, courtesy of Daphnique Springs, when Late Night Love continues.
Well, on Fox Face Off, we tell the raw, unadulterated truth.
Fox Soul Face Off.
We are given the platform here with no fear.
Always comes out swinging.
We should be saying, hey, stop shooting and killing people.
Nothing held back.
They wanted black hip-hop moguls and artists to continue the feud.
No punches pulled.
And shut the hell up.
You
interrupt me all the time.
Tune into the show where opinions collide. Fox Soul Face Off. New episodes weeknights at 9 or stream anytime on Fox Soul.
Hey, it's your girl, Carolina Sanchez, and The Nightcap is the late night show where no topic is off limits. Join me as we dive into the wild world of relationships, sex, and everything in between. From hilarious dating disasters to steamy secrets, you know we've got it all. We've got celebrity guests, expert advice, and a cocktail in hand. The Nightcap is your guilty pleasure. So grab your drink and tune in because the best stories start after dark.
The Nightcap. New episodes weeknights at 10:30 or stream anytime on Fox Soul.
As we work to get through these times together, you may not be thinking about blood donation, but blood is needed to save the lives of people who are sick with a range of illnesses. It's easy and safe to give. If you are in good health, please donate. We need heroes now. Visit redcrossblood.org to schedule an appointment.
I'm Isaiah Carey, here to shake things up with the stories that hit hard and matter most. Here on The Factor, we cover news with grit and authenticity. We challenge the status quo and get down to real talk and bold discussions. Join us as we amplify the voices that disrupt, inspire, and lead the charge for change. Your story is power, and we're here to unleash it.
The Isaiah Factor Uncensored. New episodes weeknights at 9:30 or stream anytime on Fox Soul.
Welcome back to Late Night Love. I'm Don Amici with Daphnique Springs. Finally tonight, one last clip from my wonderful co-host, Daphnique Springs, also known online as IMD Springs, here with her ensemble mate, Dice the Barber.
I'm sick of asking stuff around here. Maybe I just put it in his way.
In a red shirt. How he takes off the shirt. He's running down the middle by the 50. He's at the 30. He's bare-chested.
Let's try this again. I know his ass ain't gonna take a shower with this trash in here. Get your ass up and take out the trash.
Damn, what you starting for?
Because I've been putting the trash everywhere that you're at and you still haven't taken it out. You always say, I don't like you nagging. Then I put it in your face and you still don't do it. God.
Now, why Why not just say take out the trash?
Because when you tell a man what to do, they think of you as nagging.
Now, we had a woman that once said, don't tell a man to take out the trash. Just start acting like you about to take out the trash.
That don't work.
But start struggling with it.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Or acting like you need to start using some of his stuff to get the trash.
Okay.
And then he gonna be like, what you doing? And all this other stuff to pull his attention away. It's too much?
You already should know your manly duties.
How did that become our manly duties?
It's full of ish, and so are y'all.
Okay.
So yeah.
So anything full of ish,
yeah,
automatically that's just
got to take it out.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. Listen. All right. Where can we follow you online?
Make sure you go to my website, find out, because I'm always on tour doing stand-up in a city near you, www.iamdsprings.com.
All right, there we go. Thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight. The Listening Lounge is coming up next. My name is Daphnique. This has been Late Night Love, and you guys have a great week. All right, we'll see you later.
Thank you. Bye.
I wonder if you know that I want the best for you. But how long will you fight solo? I wonder if you know that we can get help. Not wondering anymore. Love, your mind.
Welcome to Fox Soul's The Listening Lounge, where you come to find your favorite new audiobooks that will leave you inspired and wanting more. I'm your host, Derica Abraham. This week, we are showcasing Oludera Adio's Self-Care for Black Women, where she details 150 self-care exercises designed specifically